Hi, I'm Eric. Welcome to Beginner Ukulele Lesson 3. We'll be reviewing some of the things we did in Lesson 1 and 2 briefly, so check those out if you get a chance. Today we're going to be learning our first song because we've got 3 chords. We've learned C, F, and G. We're going to be learning When the Saints Go Marching In, so that's kind of a classic. And it's great because it's bouncy and jazzy and it's super simple. There's only 3 chords. It's pretty easy to learn. Okay, so just a little brief review. First of all, your finger exercises, keep doing those. We were doing first fret, first finger, second fret, second finger, third finger. Keep doing those up and down just to keep that first position and those fingers moving. And we did the C chord, which is third finger, third fret on the A string. Okay, so there's our C review. And then our F chord, we did that one. First finger, first fret. And second finger, second fret. We've got the G chord. That was kind of the tricky one. You've got your 2 fingers here on the second fret, and then the third finger comes down between them. That one's kind of a little bit tricky to get right away. So hopefully you spent some time on that and got comfortable with it. Sort of a V shape. Okay, now, but actually before we do the song, there's another chord I'd like to show you. It's not 100% necessary to play the song, but if you learn it, it kind of adds just a nice little color to it, and it's more in keeping with the original version. So, the new chord is a G7. Now we also had learned the C7 in the first lesson, and C7 is super simple. It's just your first finger on the first fret of the A string. The 7, by the way, refers to the number of the pitch in the scale. So B is the 7th note of the C scale, and then we flat the note to make a 7 chord, and the reasons for that are, getting into music theory. I won't get into that, but basically, if you're interested, the number 7 comes from the degree of the scale. And then, so then the G7 has an F in it, and that F is the 7th note of the G scale. Actually, F sharp is the 7th note, but we flat it to make an F. Anyway, so G7's pretty simple. You're going to do your first finger on the first fret here. Whoops, let's see. Yep, on the E string, first fret of the E string. And then second finger, second fret of the C string, that makes a D. Second finger, second fret of the A string makes a B. Okay, and that's a G7 chord. And then you've got your open G string up here. Okay. I'll have that up here on the screen next to me so you can see what that is again. So here's our G7. Now it's a little, actually I think this one's a little bit easier than the G, because with the G chord you've got to do these 2 fingers on the second fret. And then this one comes between them, which is kind of weird shape. But the G7, you've got your first finger on the first fret here, and then these 2 come down on either side. So it's more like a triangle shape. Okay, so once again, so actually, if you count them up, we have, I think, 5 now, right? So we've got C, C7, we've got F, we've got G, and G7. Okay, so for when, sorry, someone started a leaf blower outside. It's a little noisy. I think they're going that way. When the Saints Go Marching In starts out on C, so, and then it goes to a G7. Then the next chord is an F. Then it goes back to C, G7, and back to C. And what I'll do is I'll sing through it once, and while I'm singing and playing, I'll have the chords appear as they come up in the song so you can kind of follow along. And I think I'll be doing more of that so you can sing along and play along, which I think is a nice way to practice. Okay, 1, 2, 1. Oh, when the saints. Oops, I gotta get my pitch. Hang on. There we go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. One more time. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. All right, yay. So it's pretty simple. What's nice about this one is it starts out on C and it stays on C for, quite a while. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in. And then it goes to the G7 on the last in. Oh, Lord, I want, and then back to C to B. Now what I did a little C7 in that number, and then number is F. Goes to the F. So I did a little C7 in that number. When the saints go marching in. Yeah, so that's it. It's really fun, and I guess there's probably other verses to that song. I don't know. I've only always heard this one. So, and then the other thing I wanted to mention about today was the treble staff and the lines and spaces. I was going to talk a little bit more about that today, but I think I'll save that for lesson 4. For right now, stick with When the Saints Go Marching In and just keep playing it and having fun with it. And you've got C chord, F chord, G, G7, and C7. So actually that's 5 chords. Oh, and that was the other thing. You can Google songs, find other songs to play that use only 3 chords. Probably a good search term would be 3-chord songs, C, G, F. You can just Google 3-chord songs, but if you don't put the C, G, F in there, then it'll give you songs in other keys, like the key of D or the key of G. We're actually working in the key of C. So, and those are the chords we've learned. So that's another thing you can just kind of explore and see what's out there. And it doesn't have to be for ukulele, as long as it has the names of the chords. It might just be the words and the chord letters above them. And that's all you need. And you can do that on guitar or ukulele or even piano for that matter. Because a C chord is still a C chord, regardless of what instrument you're playing it on. But anyway, have fun with that, and we'll see you next time for another song and some more chords. Actually, probably we'll do a little bit more of the music theory next time. Some lines and spaces and treble staff and stuff like that. All right, take care. Thanks. Bye.